All right, Cancer. So this is your June Lenormand reading for the month, and let's get into it. So you might have a lot of people jealous about something that you're starting, or there's a lot of jealousy around something that's beginning for you. This could have to do with a relationship, a proposal. This could be also about the conception of a child. I'm getting a really big baby theme. I'm having a baby. I got test results that I'm having a baby. There's luck in conceiving. There's cyclical things that are lucky that are on paper. There is some sort of snaking a drain, having to do with abundance of swimmers and babies, stork related, and children also in the same line. So this is about, a lot of you might be pregnant during this time. You are also the zodiac mother, right? You are the moon. There's your ruler right there. So it's a very watery and abundant kind of card. Very also sexual undertones with this, you know, um, very phallic kind of in nature. And um, yes, so in the middle of it, it means there's something unforeseen and very lucky that happens. Um, this is like something that could be taken as like a little blessing, or it can be quite the big blessing in terms of what it produces later on, because there seems to be a lot of abundance flowing in. Um, you might sign a contract with somebody to do some work at a distance and have to take a flight. Or you might sign a new contract with your work saying that you will fly for your employer. That will be part of your job. Um, this is also around the time of the eclipse. There was something that happened. The last eclipse was just a couple weeks ago, or I can't even remember. I think we're out of eclipse season now. For some reason, I want to say we're gonna be back in it in August. I feel like we're still in eclipse season. There's something to do with an eclipse here, okay? So there's this kind of energy that's coming in that is maybe creating some change in terms of how we identify with the big picture of our life. So it's also how we're seen in terms of our status and our reputation, in terms of our partnerships. So this is like a legal contract of some kind, or an official document that leads to paperwork, and more paperwork, and then commitments. And it's all on paper. And it's about finances as well, or there's just an abundance of finances involved with this. So this could be romance and finances being bound together in terms of marriage. This could be some sort of entertainment contract, even that has to do with um, some sort of art form or production of some kind that's being labeled out and put out on paper and then signed in terms of financial agreements. So there's a contract that is very lucky, that brings in a great deal of finances and more flow of finances into the into your life this month period. There's also this kind of people being jealous of the money that you have, that you're starting to have, or the new financial beginnings that you're getting. There's some envy here. There's some nastiness that comes in with this, and I I almost don't want to say that, because I see the snake being. A lot of the time, the snake is not a bad card. It can be a very quiet and seductive and intelligent card. It can represent a woman with brown hair and glasses. There's a lot of different things a snake can represent. Um, but for some reason, I just feel it's like jealousy. I feel like there's some sort of progress you're making, Cancer, and there's some sort of jealousy around it. Or somebody like if you're a man and it's your girlfriend is pregnant, she might be getting a lot of attention, or other people might be very jealous that you got to be the one that your wife or your girlfriend is having a baby with, or something like that. There's this so this could be somebody's second or third marriage, if this is a marriage. Or there's prior commitments of some kind. This is also being seen in a very positive light, and could be a modeling contract of some kind, because the moon can be about beauty as well. I don't have the bouquet. I'd like the bouquet. But this can be about the snake is very graceful and has a charm to it, and there's this like beauty kind of vibe with the moon and recognition and admonition. So it could be a some sort of beauty contract or some sort of modeling contract, and it's about a lot of money coming in with like literal money with the letter and the fish. Also, this could be fan mail. This could be like just getting a lot of praise, that someone is committed to giving you praise for something, and receiving quite a bit of messages or from a lot of people, or a lot of love from people. And there might be multiple kind of relationships, that potentialities that could happen from this, but I feel like there is one particular person that you are committed to or you're in contract with that maybe is causing some jealousy. Now, in terms of if you have been divorced and have children previously with other people, your ex could be wanting to be responsible or committed to the children in some sort of way. So there's like there's a commitment to beginning something again, or starting over in some sort of way, or there's a commitment to the children in some sort of way. This is the other woman. So and it literally means the other woman sometimes. So it could be like a mistress. The other woman might have a lot of children in this situation. And there could be a nasty message from this person. It also could be kind of a sneaky or malicious kind of intent, something that's written down that's. It also could be evasive. I won't say malicious because I don't have the scythe or the, there's something kind of just snarky, maybe a little bit. That would be more of the fox. There's something here, though, about traveling down a tunnel. There's like a tunnel here, okay? Bear with me. There's a tunnel. And that's why I think it's about a child being born, because there's something here about an organization of children, an organization that has to do with starting over, new beginnings. But there's also this upward movement and progression. So this is like the beginning of some formality or some written word that is literally being like upgraded. There's an upgrade to terms in a contract. Cancer, there's an upgrade to terms in a contract, okay? There's a start of something starting to have to pay. There's an increase or an upgrade in some sort of financial agreement of some kind. And it's either this other woman has a lot of money that is a new beginning for you, or it's that she has a lot of children and is seeking something from you. Maybe you have a child together. This could be the other woman. So if you are a woman and you're getting this reading, there might be some other third party situation. A woman with brown hair and glasses could be committed to her children, who could be, keeping a promise to her child. That's another way it could go. A child could get a good report card and go on a trip. That's another way I could read it. There's also this kind of like sneaking around off at night to an organization of some kind, or there's like some sort of recognition of at work. This could be somebody who does something sexy at night for their job. Like, because the snake and the stork are opposite each other, it's graceful and has to do with the legs and the movement of the body. So I'd say like a dancer, somebody who is a sexual kind of dancer of some kind. This is very focused on money. There's very a one-track mind, a tunnel vision kind of in terms of getting money. But I think that maybe somebody might see that you have snuck into a situation and seen that you have something good that you're committed to or that you're beginning, and they could be looking to maybe get their way into that abundance in some sort of way. there's something toxic about the snake as well, because it's just that's the way it is. It's also I usually think of the snake as like creation. It's it's that primordial like creation story type thing. So it can be literally the conception of a child, this first line, or it can be like being outside and spotting the den of something. I don't have the house card, but it can be literally like the snake in the grass, the commitment. The snake is wise and kind of cunning, but kind of quiet as well. It's deceptive. There's deception of being committed to a child, or there's deception that deceiving of promises that are new. So a commitment that is started, someone's being deceptive towards that commitment, or there's a commitment that is deceptive in some sort of way. So that's why it's considered the other woman a lot of the time. Maybe there was a relationship that there was a third party situation, and that third party situation resulted in a child. Someone also could be lying that they're having a child. Deception that's looking for a financial upgrade, or a luck, a change in luck, or an upgrade in luck. There is some sort of document about something starting or beginning, or a child, having to do with progress with that. So progression of whether this is a progress report from a child at school, or there is some sort of the progression of a growing child, like an ultrasound. This is also being committed to the little things brings great abundance. So this is also a partnership that is, there's something fortunate about this partnership, or this alliance, I should say, this union is for a fortunate union, meaning like something comes together and creates something else, or and there's an abundance here that comes from it. Lucky partnerships and finances, lucky or something unforeseen that is a commitment. So it could be also interpreted that way. This is somebody who maybe does something that they're seen as sexy. They're seen as like in a light, a certain type of lighting. They're a performer of some kind, or they have some sort of seductive kind of job, seductive job. Could be sex work, or stripper, or something like that. But it also can be just somebody who's puts themselves out there in that sort of way that's very wanton and alluring. It's also alluring. It's charming. These people are charming, and the art of deception. They're usually very good at their makeup, and they're very good with their words, and they're very good at popular. It's also popular because the moon is about popularity to some extent, and the reputation of others. So they're seen as like some sort of sex symbol in terms of their job, or in terms of they could be very popular, and they might be kind of deceptive as well, but they're very popular, kind of like Mean Girls kind of vibes. Um, in terms of like their reputation is kind of deceptive, and this can also be a deceptive or an organization that has a reputation for being kind of deceptive or toxic in some sort of way. Um, this can also be like the fashion industry or beauty realm, just because of like the vibes of like alluring and seduction and illusion, and um, also this is somebody who is known to ghost. They'll back out quietly before things get to commitment. Maybe that's what it's saying. They like being alone, and they like being in a quiet place. This person, if it's talking about you or if it's talking about somebody else in your life, this is about like needing your alone time, self-care, and really kind of being selfish for for a specific, goal in mind, right? Or specific, like, there's like it's so weird that the mountain can be about being alone, but also it can be a bunch of people working in an organization together. It's like opposites. And the snake is very alluring and charming, and the moon is very beautiful and charming. So there's like this beauty organization or charm, or um, somebody who's deceptive in terms of their reputation, and their involvement with an organization, or about being alone as well, or being single, because somebody could be lying about being single. Truth is, they might have a lot of other things going on. But the center of your reading, Cancer, is the 4-leaf clover. There's something fortunate about this. There's something lucky, or it could be unforeseen as well. Um, Maybe it's your new partner in crimes, or newer partner in crimes, old baby mama, baby daddy drama that this is talking about with the snake. They might have previous children, or there's just drama there. And that's just showing up, excuse me, and that's just showing up in your reading. There is this. There's something about deception with finances and children, or starting with a lot of beginnings. There's just somebody might have done something over and over again. The ring can also be a cyclical thing, and with the moon there, it's also a cyclical thing. So there could be something having to do with repeated patterns, recognizing the patterns in something, or the somebody's commitment to something. I don't have the whip, so I can't really. Is it at the bottom? No. Yeah. I tend to think somebody's having a baby, regardless of what storyline is working for you particularly, or that are skewed and lining up with each other or parallel to each other. There's kind of this like children being here. There's love coming in at the bottom of the deck, a woman in love in the home family type situation. And she came out like this, and I didn't want to have an extra card, so I put her back in the bottom. But there's something here about upgrades for women, upgrades for just upgrades for somebody's contracts or commitments in their life, with their finances, with their marriage partners or business partners. And then children come into play, or new beginnings, the start of, maybe you get a passport and you start traveling, because that's another thing that the child in the letter can be with the stork. It's the beginning of having the ticket and taking a flight somewhere. And I say this because the tower is also about something at a distance as well. You might have wanted to go somewhere in the past for a very long time and not had the money, and now you do. So you go on a trip. This is also about being quiet about your money and what you're starting. You might want to hold that back, and because people are going to be seeing this progress that all these new beginnings that you have, and they might be jealous, and you don't want to deal with any. There's nasty communication that could potentially come from this, in terms of people saying you owe me money, or getting kind of grubby. I mean, I don't see anybody taking anything necessarily, but also it's just nice to be kind of, on the DL about certain things. The snake is on the DL. Unfortunately, it can go in a positive or a negative direction with some people. This person, whoever they are, if the snake is representing you or somebody else, they're very good with their words. They're very well articulated with their words and well spoken. And that might be what they do for work, actually. They might be a writer of some kind. They might just work in like writing legal documents, or in paralegal work, or smooth tongue, silver tongued, something about smooth talker, but they have a direction. They know where they're going towards a commitment with somebody, what they're committed to starting with somebody. They have a direction. So I tend to think that their direction is about getting luck in finances, and that can be taken in a positive way or a negative way. I mean, it just all depends on how you look at it and how it applies to your life. The moon is recognizing children, or with the child is like recognition of what's starting, realizing what's starting in your life, or something beautiful starting in your life. And the stork being the knighted here as well, it's about children, so this could be about children. I also see the snake as a very fortuitous, like very good with finances sign. So this is a woman that's very good with finances. She might be a little bit more cold and standoffish, um, but she is very good with her finances and making progress with her finances, having lucky progressions in life. So if you have brown hair and glasses and you're a woman, this or you identify with the woman kind of vibe, um, you will have some progress in some sort of way. Something will. This is also about an elevator. This is about going up a building, like progressing upward, moving up in a business, making more money in it. This could be a lucky cycle. Check her astrology or something. There's something going on. Somebody at a business could get caught doing something deceptive on camera. So if this was a problem, and you will find out who did it, who done it, it shouldn't be that big of an issue getting everything resolved. I see that there's like major progress with finances, like major. You might even start your own business. That's what this new beginning might be. You might be secretively kind of planning a direction or a commitment that you're doing to start something new, and that might be a business that you're going to be starting because you're coming into some major money somehow. A reputation for being lucky with the paper. So I don't know, maybe you've won some money, or maybe you married into money, or maybe you won the lottery, or there's some sort of this is also schmoozing your way to the top, having lucky like connections in terms of who you're charming the pants off of. This is also taking a hint and quietly going away for a while, leaving commitments behind to start something new. So this is also deceptive, as in taking the secretive way out of things, like just being not announcing what you're doing. This is about not telling people what you're planning to do. And because of that, major upgrades come in, major progress is made. There's some sort of organization that begins, or some sort of hierarchy that begins. And it's starting out with a reputation of being progressive. There's some sort of progressive movement of some sort. And this is also recognizing of a baby. There's a recognition of a baby here as well. Oh, Cancer. I'm trying to find the snake. the snake will do what it can to get its way to the top in a situation, but the stork can fly there. It also is very high off the ground because it has long legs. So they're also predators, I believe, depending on how big the snake is. This can also be about plumbing in your home. Um, if there has been a situation where there has been a clog or two or three and you constantly are trying to get rid of it and it's not really going all away, be careful because you could end up in knee deep in water because it doesn't look like there's just a lot of water down here at the base. This is about structure, and it could be about a pipe as well because it's the shape, the tower shape. And then there's a lot of water here, a lot of flux of something having to do with water, something coming in, right? And then I have the stork here standing in the water. So just be careful with maybe have a professional look at it, or maybe make sure that you get the proper snake. See what I mean? Like the snaking of the drain. You start to snake the drain. There's a start. Something begins to become something routine, maybe. There's something fortunate. You could also be just a plumber. Like that could be the business that you're starting and you're making progress with that. So this can be about being a plumber, literally. You have a reputation for a good reputation that people see you as like happy-go-lucky in some sort of way, or fortunate, or they feel lucky when they go to you or they have you come to their house to do their work or whatever you're doing. So, but also you have a reputation for making a lot of money on paper, or a lot of physical money, like bills and stuff. So this is something to do with like that kind of line of work, or again with the knighting of the tunnel and it's like a pipe, you know. So either you work on tunnels or you work on plumbing or pipes, or there's something here about that kind of stuff. What is it, baby? You hear my little kitten talking? She's talking. Oh my goodness. Hi. You being chatty? You want to come in here? No? A child of yours could also start making progress with writing or their artwork of some kind. You could also start doing artwork yourself, or some sort of creative thing where you're writing or doing something with. Yeah, there's some progress with writing of some kind. Start making progress with something you started writing. There's also a contract that could be very fortunate and financial from this. There's some sort of there's a shyness with the snake as well. There's something exotic or something kind of intriguing about the snake, but usually it's very shy, reserved. Someone shy and reserved could be getting very popular or very famous in terms of society. You could be getting you could be very shy or reserved and getting more popularity now out in the broader scope of things, and it's kind of maybe a little bit daunting, but you're committed to whatever luck you're receiving at this time, or whatever finances you're receiving at this time. through it could just come, fame could come from a contract, really. Fame and fortune from a contract. I like to see the star when I talk about fame, but reputation and popularity are just as good. And there's a progress with that reputation and popularity. It's going up. It's starting to, your reputation is just starting and you're making progress. So, all right, Cancer, I'm going to stop it here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in July. Bye.